Hi, I'm Scott Goldfein, Editor-in-Chief and Associate Publisher of Security Sales and Integration. I'm delighted to have with me today Bobby Varma, President and CEO for Princeton Identity. She's an expert on our topic of key access control trends for security integrators. Bobby, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Scott, for having me here. I'm delighted to be here and have a great conversation with you today.
Outstanding. Well, let's jump right in. Bobby, what do you see as the most promising biometrics access control opportunity for integrators today?
I truly believe, I think the access control is going to be revolutionary in the next few years. COVID has really leapfrogged the integration of various different technologies as part of access control. So I foresee access control playing a huge part when it comes to smart buildings. I believe that's going to be a huge next tranche that access control can really help with, especially with COVID. As you probably well aware of, contactless, touchless technologies have been in the forefront of many people recently. So as you talk about in the future regarding building management, smart buildings, touchless technologies, especially in the whole realm of access control, touchless technologies integrated as part of access control are going to become, it's going to be a huge adoption in that arena. As well as I think the second aspect would be the healthcare, right, industry as well. So I would say those are the two big industries that actually are going to really, access control is going to play a huge part in them, and especially touchless technologies being biometrics integrated as a way to access buildings, as a way to get your healthcare workers into buildings is going to be a huge play.
Makes good sense. And what do you see as some keys for integrators to have success in that area?
That's an interesting question you pose because, as Princeton Identity, we constantly think about that is what are some of the key, when you talk about what are the key things that they have to look at. I think as far as that's concerned, obviously, having ability to integrate with other technologies is going to be huge. I think it's going to play a relevant role, being able to integrate, other solutions. But not only that, it's going to help with the curve, but how simple the integration is going to be, right? And how simple the use cases are going to be, and the end users are going to be able to use these technologies. Again, integration, how simply they can be deployed are going to play a key role as well. So those things are really important when it comes to, looking at the access control platform. And also, once you deploy those technologies, again, end user experience, how well those technologies does end user, when they use the access control, how cumbersome is it? Is it simple to use? Is it, as part of their normal concept of operation? That's another important factor, the access control has to look in order to get the adoption of the technology.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think integrators should look for in a vendor partner to give them that edge that they need out there?
Oh, they should always look at how well their SDKs, APIs, as far as integration is concerned. Integrators always should look at that when it comes to vendor partners. The other part of it is, I truly believe in the future, how the business cases. I mean, I know we always talk about technology, but it's all about, again, your, business case is concerned. When I say business case, how are you charging your customer? How are you lowering the barrier to entry in the market by, what your cost analysis is, right? So it's always about, SaaS model is becoming big. Inherently, in the security industry, we have been so focused on CapEx model, right? I think to really look into, I think integrators have again, security, I think industry has fallen behind. If you look at software, as well as that's concerned, when I say software, they have really adopted the SaaS model. Hardware is still lagging behind. I think we really need to revolutionize that piece of it. Hardware is always, in order to get the adoption that's needed, especially in the integration and in the security world, we really have to think about a different way of doing business models. And to get into that, we need to create SaaS models, or in some cases, people talk about HaaS models. But again, lower the barrier to entry as one of it. The other part of it, making integration very seamless and easy, and then supporting the integrators. I think it's another big thing, right? Integrators have to, again, when new technologies are deployed, the vendors have to be part of that solution and walk hand in foot with the integrator to make sure the end user has a great experience when it comes to deploying the technology.
Mm-hmm. I think you're talking about partnering with the end user and really understanding their challenges and their business.
Absolutely. I think, in a lot of cases, vendors throw their technology over the fence to the integrator, and then integrator has the challenge of deploying the technology and really educating your end user. I think we have to change that dynamic. It has to be vendor and integrator have to walk hand in hand to make sure that the end user does have a good experience, the deployment does happen more seamlessly. It's not just, kind of, here it is, here's a technology, figure out how you want to use it, right? Again, if you think about it, it's all about simplicity. It's all about making sure, the customer has a good experience when it comes to, adoption of the technology.
Mm-hmm. Well, we certainly set the stage there for something a little more specific. So is there a recent offering from Princeton Identity you'd like to highlight?
Well, yeah, of course. Princeton Identity, I must say that's one of the things that Princeton Identity has done extremely well. And now we are really being at the forefront of it is customer experience, we have kind of really focused on, Princeton Identity has been known for on-the-move technology. And when you think about on-the-move technology, it's all about really creating seamless capability for customer to use the technology, creating that environment. When you deploy the technology, the concept of operation for customer is it's a normal way of them doing day-to-day activity, but still using the technology in the best light for security and for accessing certain buildings, but being able to do it in a normal environment, not doing anything differently. So Princeton Identity has really prided themselves on creating that type of solution where you still have the security, and also have the convenience of the technology. So recently, again, we have deployed our Access 200. Recently, we deployed our Access 200 with temperature. We do have some new products that are coming on market. Watch out for us. I think we're going to be talking about some of our new partnerships that help us get into different arenas when it comes to various different verticals. And really, again, we're focusing on how do we work with our integrators, create different business models as well. So we have some really new exciting, things coming along those. We just released our products that now they can be integrated with OSDP. I know that's the new forefront when it comes to access control. I know a lot of people are getting away from Regent and kind of going towards that. So again, Princeton Identity is always looking, ahead and thinking about how can, again, we make it easy for our integrators, but more importantly, how can we make our technology easy for our end users as well?
Easy is always good and always appreciated. And we appreciate you bringing us up to speed on the market and what's going on with Princeton Identity. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you for having me, Scott. It's been a pleasure today.
My pleasure as well. And I want to remind viewers to be sure to be on the lookout for SSI's 2021 Access Control Deep Dive. That's all for now.
Are you looking for a secure and speedy way to let employees and visitors access your buildings? Princeton Identity's biometric identification solutions provide convenience and safety for people on the move using iris and face recognition. Use the same iris recognition technology featured at Dubai Airport and on millions of Samsung Galaxy phones to secure your offices, factories, warehouses, laboratories, and hospitals. Achieve shift change and time tracking in record time. Uniquely identify visitors for contact tracing. Touchless biometric technology lets anyone glance at a device to verify their identity within seconds without removing glasses, gloves, or masks. Benefit from the highest accuracy biometrics without skipping a beat, all while using biometric devices that are easy to use and easy to install. Learn how you can integrate Princeton Identity's Biometrics Solutions series into your existing workplace to enhance security and convenience for life on the move. Schedule a demo today.